moments of moving from there to here, between the stars and the moonlight's glare, capturing a glimpse of the light so rare, brightly shining, our hearts declare. Radiant hearts, you shine so bright in the diamond moments of love and light. In the warmth of the love we show, the golden glimpse of our diamonds glow. Kindness that we find, our hearts desire, the love we share in the radiant fire.
Hello, my beautiful viewers on E360. How are you feeling? Ask me. Sanet, how are you feeling? Thank you for asking, my beautiful viewers on E360. I am the luckiest person in the world. And I got something today past my library. We've got a big library here. And I got this book that I must remember to take to New Zealand. Did I ever tell you how lucky you are? And when I saw this book, I thought, wow, Sanet, you are the luckiest woman in the world, because today is my last show to celebrate all my Diamond Beauty experts. So we had done quite a few shows with all my amazing experts, but just if it's the first time you seeing this, Diamond Beauties Forever is an amazing private group on Facebook. We are almost 1,000 members in 51 countries, and I've got 45 amazing ladies that helps me inspire the group, that is posting, that is just loving the group, that is helping to let the ladies feel in the group they belong, they are seen, they are heard, and they are worthy to be here, to be women, and to celebrate whatever they do. So, I know it was a long introduction, but here I go. I cannot wait for you to meet all my amazing ladies. So, my beautiful Tara, I am going to start with you. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So my name is Tara Metler, and I'm the owner of Position Yourselves Wealth Strategies. I'm an alternative wealth strategist out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow. And I just want to do a shout out to the lady that have sent you my way, Cindy. Yes, a shout out to you. You have sent Tara my way, and we had an amazing coffee chat. And since then, a few times on the Power Hour TV show, and she is one of the experts. My beautiful Cindy, can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Hi, everybody. I'm Cindy Addington. I'm the owner of Tranquil Heart Wellness, transformational life coach, and holistic healer, and I'm from Fairport, New York.
Wow. Thank you, my beautiful Cindy. And you, my beautiful Barbara? You unmuted. You start again.
My name's Barbara Hayward, and I'm an Australian lady living in New Zealand. And my business is theoldgirlsspiritualstuff.com. And I've got podcasts and Facebook page. And I'm the wisdom keeper in the Diamond Beauties. So thank you.
Wow. I'm going to celebrate and tell all of your beautiful things that you are doing in a few. Thank you, my beautiful Barbara. And I'm going to see you, because I will be going to New Zealand for 4 months. I will be seeing you and hug you and see you with my own eyes. I cannot wait. My beautiful Carla, our newest Diamond Beauty expert. And I will tell how it happened, but can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
I'm so happy to be here, Sanet. Thank you. My name is Carla Sue. I am the host of ICU with Carla Sue. My home base presently is Chicago, but I spend a lot of time in Southwest Florida where I'm most creative. That's where I am now. And I go where the work is, but Chicago.
Thank you so much. My beautiful Jennifer, can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Hello, hello. I am Jennifer Gerald, owner and CEO of Jennifer Gerald Strategies, transformational coach empowering total transformation through head and heart, nutrition, and movement. And I'm coming to you from Eastern Washington State.
Wow, amazing. So, just quickly, something I want to mention, Jennifer, of the panel here, I know you the longest. We met on a group and you were so amazing. I was your biggest fan because that first night, it was Emilio Roman that asked you to sing, and I heard your voice, and it was totally goosebumps for me. And I bought your CD, one of your CDs, and I was number 3 that I've bought the CD. So I've got the number 3 on your CD. I was like, wow. So my beautiful viewers and my beautiful, beautiful Diamond Beauty experts, before we go further, can I play you a snippet of the song that Jennifer have written? Well, I gave her a lot of words and I said to her what I want because for the power hour. And she have also sang it for me. And do you know, cover the world with love, sprinkle me with fairy dust. So here is her voice. Please enjoy. I will play a snippet. Oops.
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling at a moonbeam or swimming in the sun. Sprinkle me with fairy dust and cover me with love.
So my beautiful Jennifer, it's now since January last year that I am playing your beautiful voice on all my Power Hour shows. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I have the song that you heard in the front is from Rick Dargle. He have composed my poem, and that is particular for Soul of a Diamond. And beautiful Carla, she said she's going to do something special for me for the Soul Diamond Author's Journey. So I will be truly blessed that I will have 3 signature songs for the 3 shows that I am doing. But thank you for your voice. Thank you for your talent. And just thank you for being you. So the next one I wanted to highlight is 2 ladies on the group. So my beautiful viewers on E360, we have a Mrs. Spots in our group. So we started with 3 Mrs. Spots, then it went to 7, and now we've got 15 Mrs. Spots from New Zealand all the way to New Zealand, Australia, UK, South Africa, Canada, and USA. You will ask me, Sanet, what is this Mrs. Spots? But in Beauty and the Beast, Mrs. Spots was that amazing housekeeper that wanted to make sure everybody is happy. And she looked after her little boy called Chip. This is what my amazing Mrs. Spots do. They have half an hour, and Cindy and Barbara sometimes longer sessions with any lady that wants to phone in. I have done today my 519, and that will be my last coffee chat for this month. um, for 2 years and 9 months. 95 people, 95 of the women said they were lonely, and I didn't know what to do. And about 60 months ago, I dreamt about Mrs. Spots and Elvis Presley's Return to Sender. That's some of Elvis Presley. And I started the Mrs. Spots the
Mm-hmm.
first week in August. And now we grew. So, my beautiful Cindy, can you tell us about your Mrs. Spots, when it is, what is the name, and how, when the people come in, what happens, so that I know that it's safe, there's no recording, but I will give it to you, my beautiful Cindy.
Thank you, Sanet. It's been a pleasure, actually. So I am the Friday Mrs. Potts, 9 a.m. Eastern. It's a great way to start a Friday, right? A great way to start the weekend. It's it's called Tranquil Hearts, a Cup of Comfort. We have cozy conversations to uplift your day. And it's just a free space, a safe and non-judgmental space for women to come and get to know one another and talk about different things. I typically pull an oracle card. It's been something fun for me, something new that I've been learning about. And we just kind of like go around the horn, and everybody has gives their impression. So it's really great to kind of like share different views and ideas on the theme. But we can talk about anything. I mean, again, it can be the weather. It could be, what's going on for the weekend, whatever your heart desires. And as you just said, Sanet, there's no recording. It's a safe and non-judgmental place to come to meet. So if you are feeling lonely and you want to get to know some more ladies within the group, this is the perfect opportunity. And I'm like, come on in, come on in. It's warm, it's welcoming. Anybody can come at any time.
I love that. And my beautiful Cindy, we have now three ladies a day, 5 times, uh, 5 days in a week. So it's 3 for 5. So you didn't even know this before going to Barbara. I got a dream, not Sunday, but the previous Sunday. A voice told me 5 for 5, 25. And I said, excuse, and I went like this, like a teapot, like this. Excuse me. He said 5 for 5 for 25. I said, I don't know what that means. And all of a sudden, Elvis Presley's song Return to Sender plays in my dream. I got this smile, almost my smile was past my cheeks. And I knew, God, my beautiful Lord, that means I have 4 months. I just quickly want to mute because there is a back noise for me. Just give me 1 second. Okay. I said to God, oh, that means I need to get 10 more ladies, because if you want me to have 5 ladies, 5 times for every day of the week before 2025, it means I have to get 10 more ladies. And I'm ready. I will do it. I will do it. And all of a sudden, I didn't hear I could not see the standing ovation, but I could hear how when you move the chair back, it goes, and I got the standing ovation. And I said to God, thank you, thank you. I woke up my husband. It was just after 5. I said, oh, my husband, I got a message from God. It's 5 for 5 for 2025. He said, what? I said, don't worry. I love you. Go back to sleep. And I could not sleep because I know that was a dream God gave me. So, my beautiful ladies, there's going to be more Mrs. Spots. But for now, currently, we have 15 Mrs. Spots. And my beautiful Barbara, you are also one of them. I'm going to quickly unmute you. Please you are unmuted. Tell us, when is your session and what is your beautiful session for?
Well, I'm very blessed with mine. I actually take 2 spots because I'm in New Zealand, and so I'm 12 o'clock on a Friday, because that gives New Zealand and Australian members that time to come. And I'm also 8 o'clock in Eastern Standard Time, is it? In America. So I sort of cover both, but I'm really Thursday. And mine is have a cuppa with Barb, because I'm always got a cuppa in my hand. And in Australia, we call it a cuppa. And I drink tea. I don't drink coffee. I tried coffee, don't drink it. And so it's, I thought, well, 12 o'clock is lunchtime for me. And so I have a cup of tea with lunch. And in Australia, it starts to be 10 a.m. And of course, you have a cup of tea with a bicky for morning tea. So that's where that came about. So what it's about is to celebrate the week for us that's coming to an end. And we chatter about lots of spiritual things, what we're doing at the weekend, what our aha moments are, and what good we came, and what are we expecting. And it's sort of like, come and hang out and chill out with me leading up to the wonderful weekend of for most of us, or some of us, non-work. So that's a little bit about mine. And as you said, Cindy, we don't record, we have fun. I do swear a little bit. I am an Australian, and I love my swear words. And I was thinking you could take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the girl. And so it's just a lot of fun. There's a few New Zealanders that join us, and so expect the unexpected. And we've been known to laugh a little bit. And so, yeah, so come and join us. Friday for the Southern Hemisphere, Thursday night for the Northern Hemisphere.
Wow, thank you. So, my beautiful Barbara, going forward, when I get those 10 amazing ladies on board, you will move to a Friday spot, because I will take a country of origin where you are based, and your time 12 o'clock, and then the ladies just need to go on to Time Buddy and see what 12 o'clock New Zealand time will be for them.
Yeah.
So that will happen as well. So my beautiful Tara and my beautiful Clara and Jennifer, I am going to come back to you in 1 second. I just need to highlight one more amazingness of Barbara. So my beautiful ones, all of you know that I have an amazing Diamond Moment magazine. But the viewers on E360, if you didn't know, I started a magazine 14 months ago. And in the magazine, we have a wisdom keeper option. So for anyone that wants to ask a question, so my beautiful Barbara is our third lady, our third wisdom keeper. So I'm truly, when I phoned Barbara and asked her to be our wisdom keeper, she said yes. And this is your second month, my beautiful Barbara. So thank you. How do you feel to have a permanent spot in the Diamond Moment magazine as our wisdom keeper?
Well, thank you. I will say that about 30 years ago, I wanted to have a section in a magazine where I can answer questions. And here it is manifested. So don't give up on your dreams. I've received about half a dozen questions that I'll be answering today. And what I do, for me personally, I'm a medium clairvoyant by trade. And I've been working consciously in the spiritual area for over 40 years. Yeah, that's 4 decades. And I had a big life before that. And so I use my I won't say intuition, because it's gone beyond that. But I use my knowledge with my people in spirit, and we answer your questions. And we answer them in a way that's really practical, that you can put all the information in your day-to-day life. And we're not esoteric. I don't use big words, and no swear words. And it's really just, I'm guided by my people in spirit that I've been working with for decades. And we answer your questions that are pertinent to you. And hopefully, and don't be afraid to ask me anything, because there is no subject I won't answer you on, and it is for my people in spirit and with me in partnership. So it's an absolute pleasure. And may I say, I don't know if this is an American word, but it's a hoot. It's a bit of a hoot to do it. And it gives me the platform to just bring out that knowledge and that wisdom that I have. So thank you for that. It's been a pleasure.
Wow. Thank you, my beautiful Barbara. So, my beautiful ladies, Tara and Carla and Jennifer, I have celebrated your song, but the two of you, I will also celebrate in a few. But I forgot to ask, I was so excited to have Jennifer here to play a song. So, I forgot to ask, what does the word belonging means for you? And I'm going to start with Tara, and then Carla, and then Cindy, Barbara, and Jennifer. So, Tara, what does the word belonging means for you, and how does it fit into our amazing Diamond Beauties Forever group?
Yeah, that's a really fantastic question. To me, belonging means a couple of different things. Some of the things we've already actually touched on a little bit here about a sense of safety. Safe haven came to mind, definitely with that camaraderie, community. But I think belonging also means a joint sense of purpose. And I think that's really where the Diamond Beauties excels, because it's a community of people who have that joint sense of purpose. And so what that means is that each of us are taking our individual skills and talents and abilities and expertise and making it available to everyone in order to make their lives better, to elevate them, to give them that sense of purpose, and doing it in a safe way. And so I think it's just awesome, because there's so many ways that the world takes from us, right? They take all the time and drag us down. And so Diamond Beauties is a place that does exactly the opposite of that. And really, when you feel better about yourself, you're able to pay that forward. And so I think that's just a really unique thing that Diamond Beauties is able to offer to everybody.
Thank you, my beautiful Tara. And for you, my beautiful Carla?
Belongingness is a really big chunk. It has a lot of information in it and a lot of implications. I have been a licensed clinical social worker in private practice for a quarter of a century, and my specialty is treating the neurophysiology of trauma. That doesn't mean that there's not a warm, holding environment, but we are informed by what's going on in our brains, and that's the way I approach healing for people. Belonging for me is tricky, and I was adopted as an infant, and I grew up with a wonderful family that I just didn't fit with, nor they with me. I mean, there's no fault here. It just wasn't great for my emotional development. So belongingness for me is very, very charged. And I write about it in my books and in my poetry, and I work with it in my ministry, and I also work with it in my patients. And I will say belongingness is that safety that Tarek shared with us. It is that. And what I've learned personally from my own journey is that I better sure as heck belong to myself first and foremost. Tara was saying it takes and it takes and it takes and it takes, and it does. And if we don't have standards that we expect for how people treat us, or professional moves, or anything, then we don't feel that we have a place to belong. So the first place, as a shrink, as an expert in neuroscience, belongingness is self-acceptance, and we can work with that. And we start where you are, and we build on what you already feel passionate about. And there you find your belonging in your purpose that's shared with others, but you cultivate it within yourself, and you believe it. Damn, you believe it. You believe it as if it's the last thing on earth that you're ever going to do.
That is like, I've got goosebumps all over, my girl. You are amazing. My beautiful Cindy. And for you?
How do I go after that? Right? So, the first thing that comes to mind, again, obviously community, etc., but, breaking the word down, be and longing. And I love what you just said, Carla, because for me, it is that longing to be myself, within a community. That to me, I think is the key thing, is that we all want to be connected to one another, and the way the world is set up is that we're so separate. We're separate from ourselves. We're separate from source, right? Isn't that part of our journey here? Is to reconnect with one another, reconnect with our true self, our higher self, so that we have that deeper connection to everything and everyone. And so that's kind of how I look at it, is that whole, if I break it in being longing, is the longing to just be myself, my true self, my authentic self, and surround myself with others that are allowing that. Because who wants to be with a group that doesn't want you to be yourself? I've been there. That I can call myself the chameleon, haven't we all, in some certain situations, to that wanting to belong to a certain group. And so we shift and we change and we conform and we become a chameleon so that we can fit into that particular group. And when we do that, we lose ourselves. We're not being ourselves anymore. And so that, to me, I think is the key thing, is the longing to be ourselves within a community, within our group, raw, whatever that looks like, good, bad, ugly. We're all everything, right? We are all of it. So just own it, be who you are, be yourself, be true to yourself, and that to me is it. I mean, you just need to belong to yourself. The rest of it will fall into place.
I love it. I love it. Yes, Jennifer, I love it. And for you, my beautiful Barbara?
Well, because my work is controversial in lots of ways, in with lots of people. I have always been an outsider. I was an outsider in my family. There wasn't a place for me in my family growing up, and which is for a lot of people. And when I discovered who I was in my 30s, my life made sense. However, because I'm not in that sphere of ordinariness, if you like, being a teacher or whatever, people see me as incredibly either frightening, scary. There's a lot of labels I've had over the years, as you can all imagine. And I don't deny who I am. It is who I am. I've been consciously for a lot of time. But belonging to me, because I didn't belong in a family and because of my unusual occupation, to me it is the new, and I've written it down if I can, my new family that comes from different corners of the world, very different accents, very different perspectives, coming together as one in the humanity, in the unity of humanity. And it's a place where I can come and not being judged for everybody's perspective of who I should be or who I work for, in a word. So, and if I was just to label it a little bit, and certainly within the Diamond Beauties, for me it's sisterhood. It's about being different in our own uniqueness and acceptance for our magnificence and beauty without judgment. And that's what I find here. So that is my perspective of it.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. My beautiful Jennifer, just give me
She
one
always
second.
makes me go last. No, such profound answers from everybody. I do love, and I'm going to go off what Cindy said when she first came on the camera. When it was her turn, she had to follow Carter. She goes, "How do you follow that?" And honestly, that is such a huge question for so many people. How do I follow that? And that question comes from a place of what I like to call comparanoia. And that comparanoia is what keeps us from becoming and belonging, because we're comparing ourselves to somebody else, and we're so paranoid that our self and our story and our place in life where we've been, where we're going, and where we are isn't good enough because it's not dramatic enough or big enough or traumatic enough. And so even when we're faced with a group that's loving and supportive and creates a space of belonging, just like Diamond Beauties Forever does, there's so much resistance inside from paranoia that we can't even feel it, see it, or step into it until we felt it enough to go, oh, I think this is real. This is legitimate. These people aren't here to take from me. They're here to learn from me, and I can grow from them, and they can grow from me. And we can take that paranoia, set it off to the side, and just learn to love who we are, where we've been, where we are, and where we're going, because we don't have to walk that journey alone any longer. That's belonging.
Wow. So for that, I don't do a mic drop, but I do this. Boom. Shakalaka. Exactly, Carla. Exactly. My beautiful Tara, if I can come to you, you are our wealth expert in our group. Money is a very big thing, but people are afraid of money. And it's not about money, it's about wealth. It's about how you feel, not only about finances, but also your health, your well-being, a lot of things. So the postings that you have done already is truly magnificent. So I wanted to ask you, being in the financial world, do you have tip or two, or just something you want to share for any lady out there that feels like, but I will never get there? On a wealth perspective, can you give that person some reassurance?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good question, because yes, wealth is very personal. It's very emotional. There's a lot of things that are tied to it. The best piece of advice that I can give people when it comes to money is to not stop asking questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and don't be afraid to learn. Reading is one of the easiest and one of the most private ways that we can go about if we're feeling insecure or perhaps not as educated as we would like to be about money. There is so much information out there that if you're not comfortable in talking to somebody, books are great ways to do that. One of the best books, which is a very simple one, that I recommend to people oftentimes, is called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a very simple read, very easy canter in it, and gives some excellent baseline lessons on how to look at, how to view money, and it helps shift that the mentality of money so that we have a different relationship with it, so that it works for us instead of us working for it.
I love that. Thank you so much. When I come around, I will ask you, how are you serving the world? I'm going to ask everyone of that, but I need to go to Carla now. So if you can prepare and think, you will know how you serve the world, but I will come around. So my beautiful Carla, beautiful Portia, yes to you, my beautiful Portia. I've introduced the two of us. You joined the Diamond Beauty Group a little bit less than a month.
Yeah.
It's not only a month. And I got this notification from Facebook to say, you've got a star badge to give out to a new member. So when I went and investigated, who is this? I need to go and see. Wow. It's the first time. Apparently, in a month's time, you will get this if there was a record of you communicating and giving comments to other people's posts, and you were posting yourself as well, and you were giving hearts. So my beautiful Diamond Beauties, just remember, you are on the group, you give everybody a like. Please don't use like. Like is a 0. But if you give a heart, it counts 1 point. And if you write a comment, the heart and the comment picks up 3 points. So, and that is how the algorithm of the Facebook is working. And then your post will be longer in the feed. That's what I told. That's what I've read. And that's apparently a big thing. So, my beautiful Carla, my surprise when I looked at it, I saw it was you, and I phoned you and I said to you, my beautiful Carla, thank you for making the Diamond Beauties your group, because that's what I told you when we met. And thank you for your comments. Thank you for everything, the posting you have done. And then, would you like to be a Diamond Beauty expert? You didn't even ask, what am I supposed to do? You just said, yes, Sanet, I will do it.
Yeah. However, I can help.
And my beautiful Carla, please can you tell us, how do you feel to know that me and a few of the ladies that really start to get to know you, really appreciate all your beautiful posts and your comments that you are giving to the Diamond Beauties? How do you feel?
I feel it's really, really validating. A key theme in my life has been legitimacy, because the fit in my family of origin wasn't ideal. And I mean, not that anybody can expect that, but my experience was such that I felt really disenfranchised while being the princess and special from adoption. So I find that when I put all of the parts available to me that may not have been, they were celebrated but disallowed in my family of origin, then I'm a more authentic version of me. And you and I were speaking earlier, Sanet, and I needed it. And I need you ladies. Because this Jack person, can I talk about this Jack person?
Yes, we're going to talk about
here we
that.
go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Huh? What you say? Yeah, and I mean it, Jack. Bye. Because I have what I need in me as affirmed in this group. Thank you.
Thank you, my beautiful one. So, my beautiful Cindy and Jennifer, you know, I said, if there's still coming stuff in that doesn't serve you, you give it to Jack. So I told Carla today, give it to Jack, and she looked at me. Jack, who's Jack? And I said, hit the road, Jack. And her voice, she started to sing with me, but I just kept quiet because her voice was so beautiful. So I said to her today, I'm going to ask her to sing Hit the Road, Jack. So my beautiful viewers, the only thing I want you to know, if there is something in your mind, in your monkey's mind, that keeps on coming up to make yourself not deserving, give it to Jack. Because if you give it to Jack, you will believe that you are worthy of so much. And Carla just have sung it. Hit the road, Jack. I don't want you no more, no more. So my beautiful Carla and Jennifer, both of you have amazing voice. Both of you are doing amazing songwriting, composition, everything. But you can also play instruments. So, my beautiful Carla, what instruments can you play?
I'm classically trained in piano. I started that when I was about 6. I picked up the flute when I was about 9. And you know what? I'm on vacation and I haven't even brought her out, but while we're chatting, I'll do so because she's very pretty. And her name is Tutti Flutie. She was a present to myself. But I was classically trained in piano, picked up guitar when I was in my 30s, and it was necessary in one of my bands because I'm always in at least 3 bands at a time, at least while I was in graduate school and a young mom. So here's Tutti Flutie. She's just so pretty. She is so pretty. And I can't say I'm an expert in guitar, but you know what? I discovered that when you think outside the box, this is really exciting, guys. I was told from Nashville, you got to play a big body guitar. Is your name Jack? So I discovered the 3/4 scale guitar that all professionals, including Eric Clapton and Taylor Swift, play. because you can do it easier. And I have small hands. So now I love guitar. I've got a guitar here. I've got my gold flute here. I don't have a piano here. Yeah, I love music. Music is my life. Music and words.
Wow, beautiful. So Jennifer, can you tell Clara what instruments you can play?
Well, I am classically trained in nothing. I am self-taught in everything. I came from a very poor family, so music lessons were not an option. We traveled the world, so we moved too much to settle down and buckle down. But I have a passion and love for music. That is where my biggest, I was sitting here going, oh, I just gave this beautiful speech on paranoia. Here I am. Hello, let me put my freak flag up real quick. I play the piano, the guitar, the flute, and the saxophone. But I haven't played the saxophone for a hot minute. The thing about the saxophone is it's the same fingering as a flute. So it's a very different bridge of the mouth, though. For the flute, you got to pucker your lips like you've been gonna get lip fillers. And then you got to tuck it in like you're embarrassed from your lip fillers when you play the saxophone. So it's kind of fun. You just get to decide what you want to be. Do I want to be one of the Jenners, or do I not? And you just roll it all in and tuck it up tight. So everything you hear me do is all self-taught. If anybody's been classically trained, they would probably cringe. However, it comes 150% from my heart. The stories of my life have turned into music. I was told my songs are too personal. I said, too bad. It is what it is, and they reach people. So we have a very similar band option. I would love to be in a band, but Paranoia has been one of my killers throughout my entire life because I was always short and chubby. So I didn't think I was qualified physically to be out on stage. Now I'm just like, whatever, give me a microphone, let's go. So yeah, we'll play together someday, Carla.
Wow, beautiful. So my beautiful Jennifer, can you tell us how are you serving the world, please?
I would love to. I have a visual aid. Is that okay?
You've got a what?
I have a visual aid for this. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I love it. Carla led right into it. How do I serve the world? I work with those that choose to work with me and love themselves enough to change something that most people don't talk about. We talk about transformation all the time. So people go to the gym to change their bodies. They change things up in the kitchen to change their bodies. And their bodies are the frame. So I have these cute purple frames here. Aren't they fabulous? And then I have these. These are my favorite ones. They're rimless, but they're fabulous too. These are my bifocals. They help me in the real world. And then I have these frames. These are purple also with a little green bow. Isn't that fun? I need those when I do detail work. And all of these frames are super cute. And all the lenses do something different. But one of the greatest challenges that we face in this life is we focus so much on changing the frame and we forget to change the lens. So how do I serve people? I teach them to take the frame and set it aside so they can change their lens from a place of love. When we change from a place of love instead of from hate, I hate my body, so I have to eat different. I hate my body, so I have to go to the gym. I hate my life because I am not what I think I ought to be. And then we start trying to make changes from a place of hate. They don't stick. They don't stay. And we find ourselves right back where we started. So you can change the frame all day, but if you forget to change the lens and live from love, you will never change your vision.
Yeah, a standing ovation for you. My beautiful Tara, how are you serving the world?
Yes, so the way that I'm serving people is by providing that education and that safety when it comes to what they're looking to do with their money. You know, it's education is a huge part to that to me personally. I did a lot of education myself and was involved in many different aspects around it and still felt in want, and was blessed and privileged to be able to stumble across people who had the information and the knowledge and were willing to share it. And to me, that's the biggest thing. So the way that I serve the world is to be a voice for that information, for that education for people. And so one of the things that I'm looking to roll out here shortly is an educational series on very basic concepts, but that have a lot of impact in what we can do on a daily basis, on a big scale, however we want to look at it, whatever our goal is. It's very, very flexible and customizable in that way. And so I'm super excited to be able to be that voice and that mouthpiece for that information.
I love it. Here's your standing ovation. My beautiful Cindy, how are you serving the world?
So I specialize in helping women navigate the aftermath of divorce. Because having gone through a heartbreaking divorce myself, I really can relate to the challenges that come along with that. So my whole mission and purpose is to help women build their strengths. You got to regain your strength, re-engage their personal power, reignite their passion for life, and renew their hearts, because I know that those were all the things that were broken inside of me. So I can really speak to that and help women navigate through that, because it can be very, very challenging. And so that's what I do. I mean, from a coaching perspective, there's that piece of it, but I also pull in, so I'm a holistic healer as well. So I'm a yoga therapist, Reiki master teacher, an EFT practitioner. And so that's my toolkit. So I pull all these tools in together to help women really get themselves grounded, find themselves again, and, understand that there's more for them. Because I think a lot of us, again, I speak for my own self, most of the women that I deal with felt very broken afterwards. And so some women are like, great, 2 snaps, I'm on. I'm looking for the ladies that are like, oh my gosh, what just happened? I was blindsided. I didn't even see it coming, and feel completely lost and don't know what to do next. And so that's my mission, is to help you get to the other side. It's bigger, it's brighter than you can imagine. It may not feel like it in the moment, but it's there. And so I'm there to support those who are in need.
Thank you, my beautiful Cindy. A standing ovation for you. My beautiful Barbara, how are you serving the world? Okay, just give me 1 second.
How do I follow that as quoting Jennifer? For me, my hashtag is Global Goodness Matters. And on my Facebook page, Yo Girl Spiritual Stuff, it's only about goodness. It's only about learning, profound wisdom. It's about bringing the spirit of ourselves and making that the focal point of who we are, because after all, that is who we are. And mine is probably a lot more esoteric, but one of the things that I absolutely and am obsessed about is the law of attraction, and understanding that I've used it all my life, and I've had dreams and goals that have taken me 43 years to fulfill. So I do understand patience, but it's really about, in this world of chaos, bringing a space for people that they can feel safe in their journey of discovering their spirit, the sayings that I put up, other people's memes, that sort of thing. But mine truly is just about the global goodness matters. I really believe that every one of us, and if we look at social media, we've got millions of pockets in social media that are goodness, that are bringing spiritual knowledge, no matter what you call it, be it Diamond Beauties Forever. All of us, we are all coming into this mass critical consciousness of bringing peace. And without all of us this is not going to happen, and it will happen. So mine is more of a bigger generic one, but it is really teaching people that what we think is what we manifest, and whether it's good, bad, or the ugly, we're going to manifest it. So we might as well do it deliberately. So that's my part that I play.
Wow, I love it. Here's a standing ovation for you, my beautiful Carla. How are you serving the world?
Golly, I hope I'm serving the world in a bunch of different ways. I maintain a small private practice. I will eventually move out of that because it's when priorities shift, it's just not the right thing to do with your clients. And luckily, everybody's doing really, really well with that. I've got my show on E360 TV, and the mission of my show is to heal for ourselves and for the audience what we couldn't have prevented ourselves, whether it was something like divorce of parents or sexual assault or things like that we hold with us as we grow up and inform the adult that we are to become. So that's really based in the social work mission for social justice and equality. It's huge for me, huge, huge, huge. And my entire career has been about supporting children and women because women are raising children. Women are raising children. And if you like children, you kind of have to support the women. And it just makes pragmatic sense. And there's a lot of pushback from that. I have a movement modality to address where trauma is stored in the body. It's called Bhavana Yoga Dance, all one word, yoga dance. Bhavana is a Sanskrit term that it translates to the cultivation, the fostering and the cultivation of your sacred, highest purpose. And Bhavana Yoga Dance is a movement modality where the emphasis is not so much on the pose or the posture as it would be like in classical ballet, which I'm also trained classical trained dancer, all high school, college, everything. And we focus on the transitions because it's very uncomfortable. The journey is where we don't feel safe. The destination feels very safe. So in Bhavana Yoga Dance, it's more about being aware of your body as we're going to some ecstatic or proclamation kind of a posture. And it's silly and it's fun and it's catching on. And my goal as a social worker is put this trauma targeted movement modality in the public schools in North America. That is my goal. And I'm going to do that in 10 years because children need to have it as part of their physical education so that they can learn the right things to do for their bodies.
I love it. And I did one and I love it. So a standing ovation for you, my beautiful one. So my beautiful ladies, we cannot do the golden nuggets because we actually have 1 minute, less than 1 minute to go. But please give me a paparazzi smile. Another one, Jennifer, thank you. Thank you, my beautiful ladies. Thank you for being an amazing Diamond Beauty experts. Thank you for helping me. I love each and all of you. My beautiful viewers out on E360, do you belong? Do you belong to yourself? Do you belong to a community? Do you belong to your family? You can only belong, as the beautiful ladies have explained, to anything if you belong to yourself. With that, we will have to say goodbye until next week. Have an amazing day. Please look after yourself, smile often, and keep on dancing. Mwah. Bye, everyone.